So, yes, now you have to give your permission.
It sounds really serious.
It does. Okay, so figure drawing can feel really like nerve-wracking. The way I'd like to approach it is to talk to you about how, if you like, how much time it takes to do different things and how to get started. So if I'm going to ask you to spend a minute drawing this figure, and you guys are welcome to come along with me as we do it, as I do this. The first, what am I not going to draw? What am I not going to draw if I have a minute to draw this figure? What will I not be focusing on?
Details.
Like what?
Well, like the face.
Right? No facial features. Toes? No. Hands? No. So we're going to be, so the first thing we want to do whenever we're approaching a figure study is actually something I like to call the gesture. So I'm sketching it in here, and then I'm going to re-sketch it in. Do that. Sketching it in here. And it really, like, the first thing I want to do is try to assess without really worrying too much. Here we go. Without really worrying too much about proportions at this stage, I'm just kind of trying to get the movement of the figure. So that's the gesture. Go ahead and follow along. And if we're simplifying, oh, wait, hold on, let me get my. Let me get my little figure here. So if you've ever seen one of these like kind of models, mine is a little bit mutated. It's been around this, I think his arm is, nope, there we go. Head, arm, right. You'll see that this is a simplified figure, and he's put, kind of trying to put him in the position, right? He's put sort of, this elbow doesn't want to bend. That's where I think he's broken. If you put him or her in this position, you'll see that really he's a series of circles and cylinders. So that kind of looks like this. The head is kind of an egg-shaped circle, right? Like that. And then the neck is kind of like just two series, like a tin can, really. And then the shoulder girdle and the joints of the elbow, sorry, the shoulder, elbow, and the wrist are what we sketch out first. Hi, Lisa. You've seen this before, and you'll notice I'm kind of connecting these with a set of curved lines. So instead of drawing like a line that's straight, there's really joints happening here, kind of where the area gets sort of rounded. And then the hands are really like spatulas at this point. The body is like a big cylinder with the hips. Here, wait, I'll do this here so you can see it. With the hips down here. By the way, what am I also not sketching in right now? What am I not sketching? Yeah. Everybody, the world obsession with boobs, well, it makes sense. But one of the things that we're doing here, I'm going to actually erase this, is I'm going to start by getting sort of bigger shapes. So there's that happening. And then down here is kind of the hips. And then I can draw a line connecting. And then, there we go. We can do the same thing with the legs that we did with the arms, which is that hip, knee, and ankles. So we've got, let's see, hip, knee, and notice, of course, that these circles get smaller and smaller. And then she's standing on her tiptoes. Same on the other side here. Hip, knee. And here this foot goes behind, so we can only see kind of a little bit. And then maybe I might have time to do like the kind of outer shape of the hair. That's essentially what you have time to do in 1 minute. Maybe less. So if you take a look on the WhatsApp thread, you're going to see some examples of what we call gesture drawing, which is these 1 minute drawings. And I don't know if you can see these, but you'll see, here's my way of doing it. This one is even looser, but you can see pretty clearly, it's not really about proportion. It's more about getting that sense of movement. Does that make sense? So take a minute to sketch this. Take a minute. And if you finish sketching it, you can maybe add a little detail while we wait for everybody else. Go ahead and take a picture when you're done sketching. Here, I know you can see this pretty well. I mean, I know this looks kind of awkward, but it is doing, you know, if you want to, you can kind of come in here and add in kind of more. This is a little bit flatter, this is rounder, right? If you want to do that, go ahead and spend a minute sketching out this figure. Just spend a minute doing that. And send a picture across when you're done. Nice to see everybody, by the way. Let's see.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Tashwi, not bad. Since you have a little bit more time, why don't you, you have her kind of curving a little bit. She's more straight. Can you correct that? And then take a look at this since you've got a little time. This is great. This first sketch, really wonderful. Look at how her arms and her shoulders relate to her head. So look at the negative space. It was really awesome. I was just telling Lisa, like, I mean, we actually had a party and people came over and everyone was vaccinated, so no one had to wear a mask. It was insane. Good job. Send it over. Notice I'm switching up. I subscribed to a new service so I can get better models for you, different new models anyway.
I want fatter models.
We'll get there. I'll get you I will totally get you a fatter model. I couldn't find a fat model that was standing up straight. I wanted a model that was basically standing up straight. I couldn't find any, but this new service I have has some great fat models. So you'll get them. And at some point we'll get you a real model. Who modeled for you guys last year? Was it Bree?
There was a guy, I don't know what.
Oh yeah, there was that guy. What was his name?
Mark, it was Mark.
Yeah, he was delightful.
Yeah, not bad, Rollo. Not bad at all. Good. Really nice. Okay, anybody else want to send theirs over? So there's a lot of things that we don't draw when we start with figure drawing, which is why it's such an amazing practice for drawing in general, right? We start with gesture. It's almost like a stick figure that runs through the center of the body. And here, I'm going to sketch it in again in a different color so you can really see it. This is the first thing we start with. Right? Not the outside shape of the body, but these inner shapes. Right? We start with that before the blue, before we get into anything else. And that actually makes it kind of more manageable, doesn't it? Right? It's like what you, so how much time? Okay, so having said that, I'm now going to give you 10 1-minute poses, and I want you to sketch them all. So for the next 10 minutes, here, I'm going to pull this down.
Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to find a pencil. I can only find my charcoal pencil.
Use charcoal. Use your charcoal pencil. It looks great. Yeah, just use your charcoal pencil. Particularly for gesture, where you don't have to worry about erasing. You're not going to erase in gesture. So this is what we call the gesture. It's a 1-minute drawing, right? So you're going to have 1 minute to draw 10 different poses as they come along. This is a very common way that an art class will kind of warm up to drawing the figure, is starting with these 1 minutes. Rodin here, and I'll show you a couple of other examples. Good, Lisa, good. Excellent. So I'm going to remove the spotlight here. Let's see, I'm going to go to the view, speaker view. All right, now I'm going to share the screen so we can get here. All right, so we want only new, can you guys all see that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We do not want babies.
Is this the one you used to use?
What's that?
Is this the one you used to use?
Yeah, I'm using this
Yeah.
for gesture because it's easy.
I like this one.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, so are you ready to draw 10 1-minute poses? Best you can. Just do the best you can. You're going to be panting like, and it's okay. It's okay. This is a warm up. So I will not ask to see these unless you want to, unless there's one you're happy with that you want to show me. So this is how you warm up. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? See? All right. Let's go. Remember her?
There she is.
But this is a new pose. This couple has a lot of fun. These on this site, that's for sure. Up, and these are these beautiful, I know you can't see them, I'm wondering, just do what you can see. These are this is Victorian porn, Victorian era porn, which is so charming and sweet. Looks so innocent, but this was like considered pornographic in the Victorian age. Okay. Would you guys like to spend more time? Never mind, just do your thing. I'll ask you this question after. I shouldn't be distracting you at all. There we go. Okay, so we're going to start again. These are all 1-minute poses, so you can't get too fussy, which is good. Everybody's nude. The reason is so that you can see things better. I have a wonderful story to tell you as you're getting into your new classes. So go.
Oh, there's our guy.
That guy. I love that guy.
I heard you all greeting Mr.
Hello.
So Toshween, if you've taken this class before, like everyone has seen some of these models. So they do rotate. And I wonder if I will, next time I'll log in. I'm not actually logged in, so I might not be getting the most updated stuff.
I like this guy.
I like him too. And I think he's married to the first lady. I'm pretty sure. They pose a lot.
Seems like.
Well, yeah, it says photo by Betsy and David art models. Are they Betsy and David?
Yes.
Wow.
And there's some really cute ones of the two of them together. They have a sense of humor. And there's Betsy. Yep.
I'd love to see if they're artists.
Why is this one
she's not
closed?
nude.
All right. Well, sorry about that, you guys.
It's all right. We can see her pretty well.
Yeah,
get there.
I might have forgotten to program in only nude. I might have put in both. So
She looks different with clothes on.
Are they artists, do you know?
I have no, I don't know them at all. I don't know anybody on this website.
I feel like we should all know them.
I know.
No, we do know them somehow.
Exactly. I feel like we do.
We know them intimately.
Wow, we're just getting them. I don't know what's going on here. I must have clicked something. That's weird. Well, anyway, we're getting lots of new stuff. Obviously, you can't draw the chair in the table, so just work on the gesture. Work on the figure itself. And it's okay to fail at this, or feel like you're failing or struggle. This is a great one for struggle.
Oh, I like him.
So there are a lot of animators that use this site for help. And because I didn't click nude only, we get to see some things we don't normally see. Fun. So don't stress out too much. Try to kind of imagine what's happening underneath the clothes.
It's the best assignment all week.
That's right, baby. Don't say our class is boring. Hello. Oh, I know what I can do. Yes, we are going to go back because we've got her. Here we are, finally.
Oh, upside down.
That's difficult, that one.
Yeah, and right, you can't, you know what? I'm going to skip that because this is actually not helpful to us. There we go. Remember her?
Yep.
Oh, that's a tough. Well, you do what you can.
Aren't we at like 12 by now?
No, I think
Feels
we're at
like it.
6. Count them for me, actually. I lost track. Somebody, can you count the
This
figures?
is 7. I get
5,
7.
6, 7,
7.
8. Well, all right.
Okay, so 2 more.
Oh, no, you're
after
right.
this.
I was counting the original one.
Let's just do 2 more. This one and 1 more, and then we'll stop.
Can you tell I'm struggling? I'm like, aren't we done yet?
It's like it's been a while since we've done this.
Yeah, but I bet you're coming at it kind of improved, would be my bet. Or maybe you're like,
It's more like it, right there.
I know
More
you
like it.
feel like, that's how I would feel if I was doing this right now. But you might be doing better than you think. Oh,
he's cute.
hello,
I like him.
handsome. I know.
He's
He's
cute.
very cute.
He looks like a dancer in that pose.
Lisa B, weren't you a dancer?
No.
Oh, I thought you were a dancer.
I was a
Lisa,
dancer.
that's right.
Lisa
Lisa
R.
Richwar was a
Four-
dancer. I knew
14
one of you.
years of lessons.
Were you 18 years of lessons?
14.
Wow, that's so awesome.
That's right, because we talked about the muscles in the dancer's body.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, he does look like a dancer, I'm sure.
He's gorgeous.
All right, this will be the last one.
He's very foreshortened in many places.
Right. Oh, and remember her. Okay, so we're going to
Yeah.
stop the share. All right, how'd that go? I'd like you to flip through your drawings, and if there's any that you like a piece of, I want you to send it over the thread. If there's not one that you like of anything, you don't have to send anything, but you don't have to like a whole drawing. You can just take a piece of a drawing that you like and send it across the thread. I'd like to see your favorites, just to share them. Nice, Lisa B. Yeah, I think you got her gesture. Beautiful gesture. Oh, Tashween, as usual, getting it. Very nice, honey. Great work. Yes. Nice, Rollo. These are great. Great. Wonderful. Lisa B, wonderful. Wonderful. Hey, these are beautiful. So here's the thing about Lisa R. Did you send yours in?
No.
Come on.
I'll send one.
Send one that you like. Here's the thing about these. The thing about figure drawing is it's hard. It's like hard, right? So you measure your successes, not in, I get a completely perfect figure, but I got the shoulder right on that one. I got the gesture right, the shape, right? They're actually kind of beautiful and also very individual. Let's see. Yeah, no, Lisa, this is good. It's good. You can't really finish in a day anyway,
Yeah,
right?
he needs
So-
another arm. He
Right.
needs one.
So the idea of figure drawing and doing your 1 minutes is A, to get you in the notion of how we start, and also B, to think about the whole figure, right? All the time. And to get that, like, to sort of remove from your mind all the distracting details: hair, eyes, hands, fingers, face, right? Boobs, all of that stuff, like penises, like all of that. Like, these are distracting elements when you're trying to get just the essentialness of the figure. So the essentialness is contained in these lines, right? I'll show you, there's a lot of artists who use this. Here is Giacometti's version of a gesture drawing. Oh, here, sorry, let me spotlight this. So you can see this a little bit better. Here's Giacometti's version of a gesture drawing. It's pretty magnificent, isn't it? It's got its own thing, and I'm hoping I have the Rodin. Great example. Ah, yes. This is Rodin, the sculptor, this very detailed sculptor, was very famous for doing these 1 minute sketches, because it helped him kind of settle into the pose, right? Understanding the sort of essential elements of it, the movement. These are beautiful, aren't they? So Rodin, Rodin also spent a lot of time working on that. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else to show you here. Oh, I love these. I sent these across. These are in charcoal. Aren't those amazing?
Lovely.
Right. And look at how little detail there is. So what's really great about figure drawing is it brings us back to drawing basics, and it will reverberate through all the rest of your practice. It totally will. So what do we do when we have more than 1 minute? You guys remember this handout? So this handout is on, this is on
Yes.
the WhatsApp thread, the heads. So when we have more time, and I was thinking we would return to this, I actually have this in color on the computer. So I'll call it up afterwards and we'll try drawing this for like 20 minutes. But I wanted to talk about a couple of things first. So you'll see here, now this is Michael Loomis drawing sketch. He was a famous Disney artist, illustrator, wrote a lot of books about drawing. You'll notice that one of the things as we start to kind of figure out our proportions, and we've been doing this with still lifes and other things, right? We've been doing this is to figure out our vertical distance. And the best way to do this with a figure is to define the head and then see how many heads down the figure is, so that we can figure out how tall it is. Then we can use the head to help us measure other things. So this is a really nice illustration of how we can use the head. See how he's used the head to define the forearm? And so what that means is if you come over here and you check, right, from the top and the bottom, you'll see that the forearm is really like one head length. So is this. And if we want to see how high up her arms go, it's really one head length. See that? And if we go down, 1, 2, 3. So the second head goes down between her breasts. The third goes to her belly button. The fourth goes to her crotch. The fifth goes to like just above the knee. The sixth kind of contains the knees. The seventh is the calf, and the eighth, look at that, a whole 8 for that foot. So the foot is the whole head length. So the first thing that we do when we're sketching something, and you can start with this if you want to with me here, if we've got more time, I still like to start with the gesture. Some people find that confusing because they don't know the proportions. So you can either start with the gesture like I'm about to do. Here, hold on. So I'm going to put up a better picture of this so you can get into more detail later. But you can either start with the gesture. I'll do it lightly, right? I like to start with the gesture. I feel like that, I know that that's above there. Right. I don't have problems sort of adjusting my heights. I like having this here. I like that. That helps me. But if that's too confusing for you, you can start like this. Start with the head. So the head is kind of like a egg-shaped oval. And the head can be any size. You'll notice here, actually I did make it just about the same size here. I'll make it a little bit bigger, which means I might not be able to fit this hole. It doesn't really matter what size the head is. It does not have to be the same size. In fact, if you're working on paper the size that Lisa B is working on, your drawing is probably going to be bigger than this. So it's not about this being the same size as this. It's about this being proportionally correct to this. So once I come here, let's see, let me mark this with something that will be really clear. From the top of the head to the chin, that's one head length. If I go up, you can see it goes up to there. So my hands stay there. If I go down, how convenient, it goes like right between her two breasts. If I go down further, belly button is basically there. Being careful not to, here we go, a little above the crotch. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, a little bit above the crotch here. So not exactly at crotch level, just a little bit lower, which means that this will be a little bit higher. This goes at just about the base of the knees. So it's a little bit, so it's 1, if we go up, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.5 heads. Right? So then I come here, and before I do anything else, I can mark off my heads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then and a half, right? So I can, so you see how I'm doing that? I'm holding, or I can do it like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then as I start to sketch things, so actually you can see I did pretty well on my gesture. It came across pretty well. So now I can add my gesture in, right? So I know that 1, 2, 3, maybe I'm a little bit tall on this, right? Hips are kind of here. This is here. Let's see. This comes up like this, that. The waist is just about at the third head, right? So I can draw this sketch. And notice, although she's very slender, she doesn't really dip very much. It's kind of straight. Oh, and if you want to figure out how wide the waist is, you can use the head to measure that. So if I look here, I can see, it looks like the waist is a little wider than the head. Right, so as I'm sketching these things in, you're welcome to draw this circle in here. Notice necks are thicker. Notice I'm not really worried about her head just yet. I'm still adding in. I can see, so as I start to go down and construct the figure, is this helpful to watch, by the way, you guys? Is this helpful?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay. I can, and I'm still not getting into too much detail, but you can see it's a little bit more nuanced. She's kind of tilted a little bit more on this side. Also, where is she lit from?
Top left.
Yeah, exactly. because the darks are here. So you can see the sides of her body as well as the front, right? Now here I might add the hair in just because that helps kind of shape things. But I'm not drawing all the hair. I'm just drawing like the hair as a shape. Notice I'm not bringing up the hair any higher than the top of the head because my head measurement has included the top of the head, not just the top where the skin goes. And then I'm like, okay, this kind of comes out a little bit more. I also noticed that this elbow is down lower than this elbow, significantly, actually. And this kind of comes out to the side a little bit. And that means that this wrist is also lower. I love figure drawing. Oh my God, I haven't done any figure drawing since last year. I did a little bit with Janet and her group. So you see how I'm starting to sketch out. Oh, I can see that this is drifting a little bit. Here we go. Okay. But also I'm still not getting into too much detail. I'll return to this later. Okay, so I know that if I come here, 1, 2, 3 belly buttons here, the crotches are basically at 1, 2, 3, 4. The crotch is right above, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crotch is right below 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes it's hard to find 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we are. So the crotch is a little bit below. She's very long-waisted. Right? So I can come here and I'll make sure to give you, I'll take a picture of this so that you can have the basic structure and you can get started while I'm doing this. You don't have to wait for me to finish. If you feel like you're ready to go. Okay, and I can see that the knees all come right above this head here. This is here. So here's the crotch. Crotch is right below 4. 5 is here, kind of mid-thigh. Knees come, well, actually, that's not entirely true. This leg is lower because the knee actually comes down a little bit below. So they're not exactly lined up. Notice how big the hips are. There's kind of that circle here. Right? So you see, I construct this in very simple terms before. Yeah, it seems like the foot in front starts out as kind of flipper-like. Kind of, I know that's a little bit too big, but I will correct it later. This one goes behind. So notice I draw the foot that's in front first. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's just a little bit too spiked out, right? Now I can start to do things like getting the breast in. Right. And I can start to get my dark and my light shapes in, which is really going to help. Now you also have a copy of this. Notice these kind of beautiful light and dark patterns. See how this goes? It's really awesome, isn't it? Notice I have not done her hair yet. Notice how long it took before I started working on her boobs. Notice, notice, notice. Notice how much I'm paying attention to the negative space and the shadows. I'm letting the shadows also help define. And notice how beautiful this already looks. It looks pretty awesome. I mean, I still have to correct things, right? And I'm also struggling to get it
more because I can't really, because now my initial lines have kind of obstructed. But you see how much I've gotten in. So I'm going to send this over. So I want you guys to draw this, starting with that construction, just like I did. You're going to find it might feel weird at first, but it'll feel like so normal for you. You won't be able to, hold on, imagine doing anything else. And then in the meantime, would you like me to share the screen with the real model in color?
Sure.
Yeah, I think it would be helpful as everybody kind of got, so I'll send this across. Tell you what, I'll send her with all of her marks on them. So you have that. But yeah, let's look at the real model. I'll keep working on it too. Oh, I can see I've kind of missed a little bit of a tilt here, so I'm gonna have to work on that. Let's share the screen here. Wait, I'm gonna have to go find it first. You guys keep working. Oops. Whoa. Okay. So here she is in color. So we'll be working from models on this site, and I'll show you, I'll take a little time to show you. Yeah, so does everybody feel like they have a framework to get started? Isn't it kind of awesome? I love this so much. I just think the logic of this is, the construction of this is so beautiful. And now you're going to work at different paces. Take, Teddy, God damn it. Sorry. Getting into things and shit. What are you doing? Okay, that's obviously not. Come here. Dad. We'll be right back. I'm going to put him somewhere out of harm's way. Yes, you did. How many heads is her legs? One. Here. Toshween, you did make her legs too short. So let me show you. I'm going to stop the share for just a second so you can see. I'm just going to show you this, right? How many heads is her legs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5.
Okay.
Okay. So that's how you correct that. Don't retry. Don't retry with the new figure, right? Correct with the old one. Good. And I'm glad you sent that in so we can address these issues as they come up. All right, you are going to be, hold on, not you, the cat. Here, I'm going to pull this back up. I'm going to share the screen again. Okay, no. Jesus.
What's going on?
Yep, hold on, sorry. Get over here. Come on. Sorry.
Someone's in trouble.
So much trouble.
Dang animals.
How's it feel, you guys?
Rusty.
Yeah, that's all right.
Can I get some feedback?
Okay, send it over.
I don't know whether she's looking right or not.
Let's see. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's an extra. You also shortened her legs a bit. So I'm gonna pull this off and show you, Rollo, but generally good. I'm gonna pull this off and show you again. So from the crotch, or just above the crotch, it's 1, 2,
Zoom.
3. Can you see? Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me share. Let me spotlight this. So you, no, you can see it. You can see it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So count how many heads you've got. You'll see you kind of cut off your 1. So it's 2, 3. You only have 4 heads. 1, 2, 3, 4. And really it's another half. So her foot starts here. Right at below the just above the the 4th head, and it goes down another halfway. Then you've got it.
She doesn't look, she looks a bit too skinny on mine, but I don't know.
Let's see. So the waist should be wider than the head. Okay, and the hips are a little bit wider than the waist. So the hips, use your head to in fact, it looks like the head is basically on this side. Yep. If you put the head on its side, right from here to here, it should be 1 head halfway, 1 head halfway at the hips. So that'll help you get the width.
Yeah, that's what it works out as.
Yep.
Just, I don't know, it just looks a bit No.
Yeah, you're right. So that's it. She's straight and she's thicker across the middle. I think because she's just fairly straight up and down. Good job, you guys. Good job. All right. Yeah, Lisa, let's see. 1,
Foot's too
2,
small.
3, 4. Yep. 5, 6, 7. Yep, you're 7 heads. So return to, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 heads on the top on this one. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 heads, 4.5 heads on the bottom.
Oh, where am I short then? On the top?
You tell me. Measure the heads. Take your
One,
right. 1,
two,
2, 3. You're short on the
3,
top and the bottom.
4.
You're short on the top and the bottom. So look at where they actually are. I'm going to put this back. I'm not going to put up the color one until you get this proportion right.
So I had her boobs, 1, 2, and then her pubic bone.
No, 1, 2.
Oh, her belly button.
You totally missed her belly button.
Oh, I missed her belly button.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot.
Mm-hmm. Just add it in, honey. You don't get you're perfectly in a position to erase that and extend this the way it needs to be
The
extended.
whole thing?
Yeah. Yes. You don't have to erase the whole thing. Just add in, just move things up or down as they need to be. You have not made such a detailed drawing that you can't move things up or down.
Oh, okay.
But also you haven't really given yourself a lot of room.
No.
So it's
I had her longer and then I shortened her.
Lisa, you are doing you are making the same mistake you have always made in every single class. So I'm going to ask you to try and actually follow the directions this time.
I had it longer and I made it shorter. Well, I had it longer.
No, you tried to guess. You did not measure.
No, I did measure.
Did you? Okay, so you had it longer. And
I did measure. I had her longer and then she looked too long, so I made her shorter.
Uh-huh. Oh, Tashween, good. Okay, so now let's see. Except she looks, let's see, head, not bad. So Tashween, now you're going to need to go to the color. We're going to go back to the color photograph. I think you guys are all pretty good with your proportions. Look at what's happening with the tilt of this, right? Pelvis here. Really start getting in your darks. I think your knee, oh yeah, and your knees are too high up. So once again, going back to the share screen, I'm going to stop the share and go to the spotlight. The knees are 1, 2. They're 1, 2 heads down from the crotch. You have the knees about here. They are 1, 2. So just bring them down lower. So the nice thing about this system is you can move things up or down fairly easily because none of you have gotten into too much detail. So it should be pretty easy. Also, you'll find it surprising kind of where things really are versus where you think they are. And like this sort of desire that Lisa B is expressing, which is totally natural, which is, no, I'm sure she's too long, but actually this woman is really long. She's like a really long, I think she also might, she's not
really long torsoed.
She's got a really long torso. She is a really long torsoed. Yeah. Normally the crotch would come up exactly at 4 or even a little bit above. But her crotch actually comes a little bit before the 4th head, at least in this position. Maybe in another position.
Is she 7 or 7 or 8?
Count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have to 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.
8.5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.5. And then it's
Right,
another
plus
9
one
up.
more up to the
Yep.
arms.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4,
1, 2, 3,
5, 6. Lisa, your knees are in the wrong place. Lisa R, sorry.
Okay.
Lisa R, your knees are in the wrong place. Look at
I
where
had
they
it
are.
right the first time and changed it.
Yep. Trust the measurements. Everyone, trust the measurements. Your naked eye can't eyeball this. You have to measure. You have to measure. Look at where things are, Lisa. Are.
Yeah,
So 1.
I can't quite see the knees with all the writing on them. Are they, my knees are too
Well,
high?
are you not? Yes. Yes,
Okay.
they're too high. Yeah,
Okay.
they're here and here. But also, aren't you looking at the one have you been looking at the one I had up? Or were you looking at this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
My
wait.
point is there's one without writing.
Okay. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Right? So you can see where her knees are. And you can still do the measurement. You just have to do it yourself, right?
Okay.
I wish there was a way I could, well, I mean, actually, if you need to, and I wonder if this will work if I do this for the video. Wonder if I can make this, here, I'm going to try and make this bigger. Can you guys, can you see this as bigger? My Lenovo, my tablet, can you see it? We'll see how this shows up on the video.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're asking.
I'm asking if my tablet, which has the sketch, oh, dang it. Well, never mind.
It
My
was
tablet
there.
just
Now it's
turned
gone.
off. Now,
Yeah, it was on the side, kind of small.
and he actually, and this actually ran out of juice. Did you run out of juice? Now, come on. I've been doing nothing but charging you. Let's see. We'll see. I will let you know soon. Yes, it just turned off. So let's see if I've just run out of juice, which means that I'll just need to show you guys from here. I don't think I shouldn't be out of juice yet. Come on. Now you're really big. All right. Oh, nope, it's out of juice. Okay, let me see if I can plug this in. I will. Give me a second. Okay, I'm going to stop the share for a second and try to get the Lenovo tab back up. Here it is. Here, hold on, spotlight for everyone. And yes, it doesn't like having the heavy charger. Dang it, here, let's try that. There we go. A little bit better. That is totally not helpful for you. I know that. I'm going to get you back into the share so you guys can see that. While I try to adjust this. So even though I haven't drawn, oh, it's so annoying. There we go. Oh, I see. Get off. I haven't drawn on this particular one. You can still use your measurements. You can still hold your pencil out like you might do anything else to check and make sure your measurements are correct. Darn it. Okay. There we go. Okay, so maybe this is a little bit better. So now you can maybe see both. See if I can show you both. So if you want to, you can go to the speaker tabs on the side. Maybe you can't. In any event, you have this picture, the black and white picture with the sketch on it in your WhatsApp thread. So you can totally use that. I'm going to see if I can capture this on the video. So go ahead and send anything around that you want me to take a look at. That's so annoying that it doesn't charge. We have a half an hour. How's it going?
I think her head now looks too small. I don't know.
Send it over.
Sent it.
I'm having real trouble with her arms.
Yeah, me too.
Why? What's going on?
I'm trying to look at
Oh,
the
yeah.
negative space, like you said.
Right. Oh, much better, Lisa B. Great.
Yeah, I think her
Got
arms
it.
are too skinny now and short.
Yeah. So just so look at the negative space. Like just here, let me show
yeah.
you. Can you see this? Can you see this Lenovo thing that I'm pointing at?
Yes.
Okay. So if you can see this is, yes, I had to really notice this as well. I had to adjust this myself. So if you're having trouble seeing, it's because this is a little bit thicker and there's a straight line, and then a straight line, right? And then this thing is kind of happening. So she's thicker here than it feels like she should be, but that's because of the position of her arms. Excellent. Oh my God, this is so much better than like when I did it last year. I like this I like this close up that we can get of the figure.
Did you get new equipment?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was doing it from a whole different position before. Now I'm working at a drawing board. If you remember before, I think you guys were watching me from my big screen. Now I have the drawing board up here and then the share screen. I could just show it so much better.
I have to say with the color photo, it's a bit confusing because it looks like she's got fake tan on.
Yeah. She might.
Yeah, she might.
She might.
So when the black and white picture, it gives a sort of kind of slightly different impression.
Oh yeah, Rollo, she's definitely too, her head is too small. It's because you've put, you've made her features, you shouldn't really have her features in. I would erase them and focus on, I'm gonna point to you the area I want you to focus on. Focus on the neck and how the neck relates to the chin. So what you've done, the neck actually sinks down a little bit below.
She's got a square chin as well.
Yeah, but also look at this. Can you see how I'm sketching this in dark on my copy? So the neck sinks below the elbow, below the shoulders. The neck comes down here. And that's the real problem you're having, is you're trying to squish everything, including her neck up here, and really her neck comes down below the shoulder blade. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the problem. Also, I'm not really seeing good. I like these darks here, but this is too, I think we need better variation.
I'm going off that.
Look at what's happening. Look at what's happening. To get more detail, her knee is bigger, much bigger than you have it. So look on the color version at the variation, the dark and light coloration and the shapes at the knee. Right here. So it's a little bit, you've kind of nipped her in too thin. Look at this. You'll see it's kind of thicker than you think it is. And this light leg is a little bit bigger. This leg is a little bit bigger because it's in front. Back leg is a tiny bit smaller. That's good though, you guys, you're doing good. Lisa B, I love these corrections. They're great. I have a feeling if you just like sort of, so this is what's really interesting. What happens is, although this is a very skinny person, she's thick in areas you don't expect her to be thick in.
Yeah.
And she's thinner in areas. So you really have to suspend your belief about what you think is happening versus what is actually happening, right? Like you have to suspend that belief and look at what's actually happening. So this part is much wider. The knees are much wider than you think, but we don't look at the knees, right? So we don't really think about them. Boobs are smaller. The neck is much thicker and it sinks down into the torso much more than we think.
And she is just slightly bent. That's why her one arm looks a little farther away. She's slightly bent to the right.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
looking
she
pretty.
is.
2, 3, 4. So Tashween, she's still, her crotch goes down a little bit lower than the fourth head. So you need to bring it down a little bit farther. And that's what's kind of interesting about her. She's very, otherwise this is looking 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, her crotch, this is head 4. Her crotch comes down a little bit lower, which is what makes her look so long. Good job though, coming along. And now I want you to really darken the dark parts. Look at this side, right? Look at the darks on this side. Really push those dark shapes. Make her thicker here. Look at how thick this is. If you measure this, this is pretty much her whole face. The width of this shoulder blade is her whole face part. It's like from here, it has to be that thick. So good job though. Good job, you guys. So hard, isn't it? But it's fun. Well, is it fun? I don't know. It's fun. It's
Definitely
hard.
challenging.
It requires a lot of concentration. Right now, Diana is texting me that she's painting.
Oh,
So
good
she's
for her.
asking me questions about her painting.
Oh my
Wow,
God.
she's home already.
I said, good. You're like painting. That's good. Maybe, Lisa, you should call her when we're off the phone here.
I
Give her a
will.
call. I think if everybody kind of gives her a call in little stages.
Yeah, we'll definitely call her.
When did this stuff start happening with Charlie?
No,
Oh,
and apparently not. They noticed recently that he was being a little sluggish, but apparently she said it was, I mean, really sudden.
Yeah.
Isn't that awful?
How it can go.
That's how it can go. Because as you said, dogs kind of hide their.
It's better that way though, because then they didn't do chemo for.
Yeah, and
Oh, there you go, Lisa B. Now Lisa, her hips are wider than you have them. So
Oh,
you
they
got
are.
that great straightness. Her hip is basically, if you look at, can you see this once again? Her hip is basically on each side is about the size of her head.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah. So,
I gotta go
but you
wider.
have that straightness in her upper torso, and her waist is a little bit wider than the top of her head.
Okay.
So her waist here. So you maybe have nipped her in a little bit too
That's
thin.
easily fixable.
All of these things are easily fixable. So she doesn't look emaciated, right? Like,
Right.
and let's see. Lisa, are you taking a picture of this straight up, or am I looking at this from an angle?
oh, probably from an angle.
Can you stand?
Yep.
Can you send it to me?
Yes.
Yes, straight up.
Yes.
Ah, there you go, Rollo. Nice, nice. That's it. Now you're getting some. Oh, that's good. This is great, you guys. So work on the shaping of her right arm. Because
Me?
yeah, you, Rollo, because it's coming out a little bit more than you have it, and it's a little bit thicker than you have it here. So it's looking kind of stick figure like as compared to this side, as compared to the left side. So work on a little bit of the more nuanced shading. Thank you, Lisa. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Honey, you lost your, here, hold on.
What did I
Let's see,
lose?
1 ahead, I think. 2, 3, 4,
It happens, Lisa.
5,
Lost my head.
6, 7, 8. Actually, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Keep going. That's pretty
Okay.
good. That's pretty
Alright.
good.
Haven't completely lost my head.
You haven't lost your head. Now start adding in the major darks.
Okay.
Lisa R., you have come so far. Think about what you were doing last year,
Oh my God.
right? Think about
Well, the
what you
funny
were
thing is
doing last-
everything's still on my phone. I could go through and look actually if I wanted.
It's painful.
Yeah, I saw a friend, kind of a friend of a friend last week who I didn't know is an artist and teaches art, and was telling me about something called blind contour drawing. Do you
Oh,
know
yes,
what that is?
I do.
Which
I've never
sounded
really,
crazy. Like you
I should
draw.
institute it into some of our,
Yeah,
I
you
think,
draw while you're staring. From what I understand, you just stare at the screen and draw without looking at your paper, right?
yes, exactly. Exactly.
And I mean, she showed me a few examples that did look really cool, but I'm like, I can't imagine how that happened.
Right.
And any of the rest of us know, Lisa?
No, it's a friend of my sister's. I was in Colorado
Oh,
visiting
Nice.
my family last week.
how was it traveling?
Yeah.
Traveling was awful, and both my flights were full both ways. And
Wow.
I mean, you still wear masks on the flight and in the airport. Everybody's bunched up in the airport. But otherwise, in Colorado, it felt pretty normal.
But their rates aren't so great.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and honestly, it's kind of like this weird in between, and nobody really knows what the rules are. And but most places do not make you wear masks, and places you could see them taking down their signs that said you have to wear masks. So
Wow.
and
It's no
people
one
are
with
back to
masks.
hugging and shaking hands. Like it's just,
Wow.
it's interesting.
We'll see how
It's
long it goes.
crazy. Well, I mean, at this point, if you're not protected, you're a moron.
Yeah, no
Right? Like
doubt.
it's like at least their moronic behavior won't hurt you.
Yeah.
Unless
Yes.
unless the new variant gets in that's really malicious and isn't
Yes.
affected. But at
Yeah.
least their behavior. I mean, yeah,
Yes.
I had a friend on Sunday who was like, well, we haven't been vaccinated. We're coming to your party. And I'm like, well, don't be a dumbass. Don't. I mean, sure.
So
But
what they say when you said that?
I said, you're dumb. And they went, well, but look, I'm healthy. And he's 63. He's like, I'm healthy and I'm
geez.
63. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, Don, everyone your age has gotten vaccinated by now. What is
Yeah.
wrong with you? Sorry, now that's on the recording. Jesus Christ, Don.
Yeah.
I was just like, what are he just isn't paying attention. And I was like, no, don't come to my party because I don't want you to get sick.
Yeah.
I don't want you to get sick. I want you to, I don't want that. And, I mean, you could, but it would be, I can't in any way guarantee that you would be safe. And just get yourself vaccinated. Jesus Christ, it's not hard. Look for
I
a place
know.
to get
Yeah,
vaccinated.
no, it's
and
easy to get
it.
it anywhere you want now.
No, I
You see
know.
all these places like free COVID vaccines. Come on
Right.
in.
Oh,
Right.
believe me. It's so like I volunteer at a place and all you need is something that has your name on it and we'll vaccinate you.
I can't believe in the UK they started doing this free for all vaccination.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they're so fucking dumb about it. So they said, if you're under 30, and older than 20, you can come and get vaccinated in Chinatown. So all these people turn up. So they cordon them off together.
Oh my God.
Oh, you're kidding.
Pushed in like they're queuing for a sale.
And
it's the same way at our place.
Isn't the India variant really racing through the UK right now?
Yeah.
Oish.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I mean,
no, it's a big debate in my family because I have one nephew who's an anti-vaxxer and he's got 5 kids and they're those up in your face kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
And his half-sister and brother both have little kids who are too young to get vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
And I was lobbying not to have them come to the funeral because
Oh,
They're choosing not to be vaccinated, and it's become this big thing, and their dad won't talk to them about it, and it's quite complicated.
right.
Yeah.
But it's not my kids that they're putting at risk, you know? It's not my
Right.
job.
Now queer as folk, as we say up north in the UK.
What do you say?
Now queer as folk.
What does that
Queer-
mean?
Now queer as folk, right.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Nothing as strange as people.
Yes. People
That's
are
perfect.
so fucking
People
queer.
are
That is right.
strange.
So
I gotta tell you, it's weird going back out in the world.
It is.
I bet particularly going back out for your dad's funeral. And I'm sorry, Lisa, by the way.
Oh,
It's
no,
really-
we're
I've never
holding
had
it
a-
off until August. So
Oh, really?
hopefully-
It hasn't okay.
No, we haven't had it yet.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. That's really sad.
I have one brother who's just being really unrealistic about it.
When you say unrealistic, you mean about the funeral or about?
Yeah, he wanted to have a big funeral right away, open to public. You know, I'm from a really small town where everybody knew my dad. So all these Arizona anti-vaxxers would have come. And
How did you talk him out of it? Is the rest of your family fairly reasonable?
Yeah, there's 5 of us, and he was outvoted
Oh.
4-1. So we had a recount.
Right. Toshween, that looks pretty good. I'm like looking here. 1, 2, 1, 2. I feel like, what can I tell you to do? So Toshween, these are all small things. I want you to look at her the way. So let's look at the thickness of here. This is her head and her neck is the thickness of, can you see where I'm pointing, Toshween, on the screen, right? So this is, you've got this a little bit squinched in. It's probably more like here. So widen this to be in fact, it's a little bit wider. Let me check something. Wow. It's almost one head width on each side. So if you widen this just a little bit, you'll have room, and notice that one breast is kind of coming down a little bit and poking out a little here.
I see that.
You'll be able to get that. So she's a little, you have her a little bit narrow here and coming out. Really, she's a little bit wider in that chest area. So bring her, you see, you've got, let me show you. You've got a little bit of, here, I'll sketch it on here. You've got this happening. See that? You've got that happening. Really, she's more straight up and down.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just giving you nuances. You're doing not bad at all. Right, guys? For the newbie, she's doing pretty good.
Oh
I'm
my
just
gosh.
trying to help you I'm just trying to
This is
give you,
like super hard.
right.
When I was kind of dreading this today, but now
But it's going pretty well,
I'm
right?
doing all right. Yes.
See,
Yeah,
Lisa,
I was-
you're better than you were. You're better than you were a year ago. So I told you it's going to be, and it's going to be easier because you guys know, right? We've had a year, and now you've had a year to do other things, and you're going to see how all this relates to everything else, right? Instead of kind of guessing where things are, this is you're jumping into the measuring.
Except
Much
for
more.
me.
You're much more. Yes, sorry, I give you a hard time, Lisa, only because I know.
Well, no, but I had it right, and then I went back.
And then you doubted, right? Like, it's so funny.
But she looks so long.
She is really long.
She's really long.
And what's interesting is long as can be conveyed in a millimeter or two, right? The longness comes in her torso and her crotch coming a little bit below
Mm-hmm.
that head length. So a millimeter can make a difference, right? In widths can really make a big difference.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to I'm gonna catch up on
Rollo,
yesterday's
great.
abstract class. I
Oh
really
my
want to do
God,
that.
you're gonna
Yeah, that
love
looks really, that sounds super fun.
It is really fun. I really enjoyed it. I was like, Rollo, this is great. Good job. Is there anything else you want to do to it, or do you want to? I'm just trying to think if there's any. We don't really have enough time to do another one.
I think I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I think leave it, have a drink, and just sit and hang out with us. Good job.
I just suddenly realized, like the inside shape of the arms, like around the head, and I suddenly realized that the arms are at slightly the wrong angle.
Okay, so fix that, but like lazily.
That's
lazily.
But lazily.
That's what I fixed. So I got rid of.
I see that. Oh, right. Yes, absolutely. That made it sort of. Yes, I see exactly what you did. Yep.
Did you do pencil or charcoal, Rollo?
Looks like you used.
I did a bit of both, and I did 3. I kept picking up the wrong charcoal pen, so I've got 2. One really thin.
Let me grab the special list. It's in abstract art, and I'll give it to you guys. Does anybody want me to add you to the thread? Here it is. So I'm going to put this across the thread. Here is the special drawing set that you can buy if you're in the US. Oh, Lisa, yeah. Keep going.
All right.
Lisa B, you got it, Lisa B. Nailed it. So the only thing I'm going to tell you, Lisa B, is make her just a touch wider here.
Where?
In the shoulder, the armpit.
Oh yeah, that's what's wrong.
But you got everything else. You got it. You got it. It's beautiful. Can I
send you my lemons?
Yes. Would you send me your lemons? Because I need to pick a lesson. I might use this, although I'm not sure I can. I need to do. I'm picking one student work a week to send out an email form to all the site coordinators. And maybe I'll use this one because I like it. I like how you so fix it up, fix up the shoulder. Boy, that turned out well, honey. That turned out really great.
I love acrylics.
I know, acrylics is really great. It's really great. You did good. Good.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the fix, Leah.
That's the fix, right?
Wow, what a difference. It's so teeny.
It's so teeny and it's so profound.
Yeah.
What happens is you get used to the idea that some parts, depending on the position, some parts of the figure are coming closer to you and some parts are coming away. As you get more accustomed to this, you stop having preconceptions about what you think a size of something should be, right? And you're able to see it more clearly. Oh, I'm so stoked. So anyways, I would highly recommend everybody order this set that I have just put across the thread. It is a very cheap way to get all your extra drawing supplies. And I'm going to show you how to do, as I did last year, I'm going to show you how to do figure drawing in charcoal and then in ink eventually. So I'd like you to have these supplies. And then we'll do Inktober and all of that.
Lisa Richtwein.
Rollo.
A question for you.
Yes.
So I was actually trying to get in touch with Diana yesterday and I couldn't get through to her. Yesterday?
Okay, yeah.
Because when I submitted my SoCal thing and I made a mistake and I'm like, no.
Oh.
Yep. Nailed it, Lisa B.
It's so much thicker than you think.
Yep. So much thicker than you think. It's great. And she's also slightly turned this part of the, so she's, although her front is coming towards us, this torso is twisted a little bit towards us.
Yeah.
No, towards us. This is twisted back. So her what looks like her right side is at the bottom is coming towards us, and her left side at the top is coming.
Oh, she's twisted.
There's a little twist.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see it after you do it. Great job. Wonderful. Well, if they let me put a nude, I'll give it to them. I'll give them options. I really like that one. I think it's really good. It's so good. Beautiful work. Wonderful, wonderful work. Should I put a note across the other threads about Charlie or let Diana tell people?
I would let her do it.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
Wondering whether I could edit one of my applications.
I'll ask her.
She'll check.
I'm gonna try to call her tonight.
Okay, well, I'll bother about tonight, but just, you know.
Lisa B, beautiful work. It's just beautiful. Love it.
Thank you.
Love it. Love it.
It's just like, no, I woke up last night. I mean, not last night, but the thing, and I was like, no, I made a mistake.
Yeah. Story of my life.
Right?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's funny how these things suddenly come back to haunt you when you go, I shouldn't have pressed submit because I was still going to do something.
Yep.
And yeah, it wasn't very clever of me. But I was just, you know, I was trying to do it during work, and then I got given work, and I was like, I need to get this off my plate.
Right. Yeah.
Rollo, are you going back into the office?
I don't know. We're supposed to be having some sort of meeting about this. We're supposed to have a meeting yesterday, but I don't know what happened.
Wow.
But they've told us that our side of things is not like, you know, when we had that whole meeting, it's not the same for us.
That you're different from editorial?
No, we're the same as editorial, but we're all slightly.
Oh, that was great, Rollo. Yeah, you asked about the food options and said the food court said the food court is not healthy. Rollo, because they're closing, a cafeteria in our building, and Rollo's like, are there plans for any other food options?
Notice how much money they save by not going out to eat every day?
Yeah, I mean, it's just.
I see no reason to go back to the office.
Yeah, I know.
Are people going to give you? Are you going to get the choice, you guys, to do that?
I think we're supposed to get a choice to voluntarily work at home half the time if we want to.
Oh.
But it depends basically on your manager and what your manager is going to allow. I mean, that's like the overall corporate policy, but.
I hate the fact they treat us like children though, saying,
oh my God, I know.
Back on this week, you can have free bagels.
Yeah, free bagels. Yeah, no, there was free bagels one week, free ice cream one week. Well, yeah, and it's like, how about a raise instead of free bagels?
Well, how about just give me a better workstation? You know?
Right. Oh no, the free bagels.
Yeah, that makes all the difference in the world.
I mean, I've been back to the office quite often, and I've not seen them make any effort to do anything.
You've been back to work or just to pop in to do a quick thing?
Every couple of weeks, just to sort of pick something up or reset or restart a computer or whatever. And I've never seen any evidence of them, you know, like apart from in the bathroom where they put a little hook that you can pull the door.
Right. So you don't have to use your hands. Yeah.
You don't have to use your hands. Can't really see any real things that they've done about social distancing or apart from in the lobby, but I just don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see any reason to go back, but I'm sure at some point they're going to want us to.
But they got rid of loads of the people on the other side.
They did?
Yeah.
So all those programmers?
A lot of the programmers got rid of.
What do you mean
kidding.
got rid of? They got laid off?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, that's terrible.
Okay, I'm going to turn this off right now. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yep.
If we're going to have this conversation,
yeah, good.
Yeah, I was going to remind you.
I'm going to